I am getting up to do the work of a human being. Why then, am I dissatisfied if I am going to do the things for which I was brought into the world? Or have I been made to lie in the bedclothes and keep myself warm? But this is more pleasant. Is pleasure then the object of your being, and not action and effort? This is not a grumble by a college student who hasn't made up his mind to go to the first period, but a passage from Meditations, a personal journal by Marcus Aurelius, the 16th Roman emperor. He is also the last in the line of the 5 good emperors, recognized by Machiavelli as a succession of 5 wise rulers. His reign from 161 to 180 AD suffered numerous calamities, such as natural disasters, pandemic diseases, and invasions by barbarians. Marcus loved philosophy and peace more than anything else, but fate never allowed him to fully devote himself to study. Every single day, he remained committed to his duties as emperor, despite the loss of loved ones, betrayals by whom he trusted, and the constant shadow of death. He wrote the Meditations in his military camp to maintain his own inner peace. How did he face challenges in his life? This cucumber is bitter. Throw it away. There are briars in the road. Turn aside from them. This is enough. Do not add, why were such things made in the world? If you are pained with any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. The Buddha made a similar observation. He said, dying flowers do not cause suffering. It is the unrealistic desire that flowers not die that causes suffering. He meant that we inflict suffering on ourselves by refusing to accept the fact that flowers die and dwelling on thoughts like why do they wilt. Likewise, when you get angry at someone's behavior, it is not their action or words that disturb you, but your own mind that finds their behavior disturbing. Therefore, there is no point in punishing the one who triggered your anger. You might temporarily feel a sense of relief, but as long as you hold the mind that finds similar events disturbing, you will not be free from the unpleasant sensation of anger. Take away these opinions, then resolve to dismiss your judgment about an act, as if it were something distressing, and your anger is gone. Put simply, what makes us unhappy is not external factors, but our own mind. Marcus wrote, God has willed that my happiness may not depend on another. We tend to attach judgments and desires to facts automatically and unconsciously, so it is not that easy to get rid of them. Marcus wrote as if to remind himself, say nothing more to yourself than what the first perception reports. When you have done a good act and another has received it, why do you still look for a third thing besides these as fools do, either to enjoy the reputation of having done a good act, or to obtain a return? His life principle was simple, preserving his integrity and acting in accordance with it, regardless of whether he could earn the prize and reputation. He happened to be an emperor, so he tried to figure out what it means to be a good emperor, how to contribute to society as a ruler, and how to live up to his ideal. If all people refuse to believe that you live a simple, modest, and contented life, you are neither angry with any of them, nor do you deviate from the way which leads to the end of life. Marcus believed that the prospects for reward should not even be a part of our consciousness. When they do some good to their neighbors, some of them expect some kind of return, while some others don't explicitly expect rewards, but still in their mind consider the neighbors as debtors. However, Marcus wanted to be a person who could dispassionately move on to another service, without even being conscious of the previous one, and he repeatedly wrote this topic to remind himself. For what more do you want when you have done another person a service? Since humans are formed by nature to acts of kindness, when you have done any kindness or worked with others for the sake of common good, you have accomplished what you were born for, and you have done your duty. In 175 AD, the the 14th year of Marcus Aurelius's reign, a certain event took place. Cassius, one of his trusted generals, started a rebellion by spreading rumors of Marcus's death and proclaiming himself emperor. Fortunately, 3 months later, Cassius was killed by his subordinate, and the revolt was resolved easily. When Cassius's head was delivered to Marcus, he neither rejoiced nor boasted, but simply lamented the loss of opportunity to show mercy. He wrote in the Meditations, "It is peculiar to humans to love even those who do wrong. They are my fellow citizens, and they do wrong through ignorance and unintentionally. They get things wrong because they don't have the wisdom to tell what to do and what not to do. We should treat everyone with love and respect, regardless of whether they have committed a crime. Besides, anybody can commit a sin. Though I had a disposition which might have led me to do such offense, if opportunity had offered, I owe it to the gods that I had never faced such circumstances." He knew that when one has walked through the right path so far, it is because of their environments and opportunities, rather than his own doing. Furthermore, a certain proportion of people inevitably have to be offenders. The meditation reads, "When you are offended by others' shameless conduct, immediately ask yourself, is it possible then, that shameless people do not exist in the world? It is not possible. Then, do not require what is impossible. This person is also one of those shameless people who must be in the world by necessity. Let the same considerations be present in your mind in the same case of a villain, a fraud, and anyone who does wrong in any way." Marcus adds, "By the way, what harm have you suffered? You will find that, among those whom you are irritated at, no one has made your mind worse. Those who get things wrong around us will never prevent us from maintaining integrity. Then, why do we have to resent them?" During the reign of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman Empire suffered a series of disasters. Each time the river flooded, smallpox claimed 1/3 of the population, or invaders threatened the borders, he personally took charge of these crises on the front lines. For Marcus, who loved reading and contemplation, his days as emperor might have been painful, swamped by administrative duties and military leadership that left little time for his love of philosophy. But he wrote, "Strive to continue to be as philosophy wished to make you." He wanted to achieve what his philosophy idealized, and worked hard every day to fulfill his responsibilities to the best of his ability. He wrote in the Meditations, "The salvation of life is as follows. To examine everything all through, what it is itself, what is its material, what is its cause. To sincerely do justice and say the truth. What remains is nothing else but to enjoy life by adding one good act to another, so as not to leave even the smallest intervals between." Philosophers explore deeper understandings of the nature of the world and humans, but this is only a part of philosophy. It is also about pursuing the way of living better and building a better society, and most importantly, striving hard every single day to live up to that ideal. This can never be done in the comfort of a study or the peace of a mountain retreat, nor can be nurtured by irresponsible discussions in a classroom. We can only grow when we engage with other people in society, face challenges, and put ourselves in the midst of human suffering. True philosophy can only develop by exposing ourselves to harsh realities, trying hard to maintain our integrity under conflicts, and overcoming a series of difficulties. He must have known it from his own experience. How obvious does it appear that there is not another condition so well suited for philosophizing as your life, which you now happen to live?